points out, these verses emphasize that Lord Krishna did not merely show the cowherd men a sample Vaikuntha planet, but that he specifically revealed his Krishna Lok, the greatest of eternal abodes and the natural home of the residents of Vrindavan, who love. We have read. Here, what happened that Nand Maharaj, after devotion, he observed Ekadashi. Now, look at the quality of Nand Maharaj. He is with Krishna, Supreme Person. He doesn't have to observe Ekadashi. He is still fasting. And sometimes we have difficulty in fasting. No, Krishna is not with us. Maybe some of you may have, I don't have at least, but we don't think of fasting. We feel like we fast, but with a lot of thoughts in our mind, and we always dream about food next day, what Jagannath Prabhu will have cooked for us. That's how we pass the Ekadasi. This is good than not observing at all, so which is fine. But look at Nand Maharaj, he is observing Ekadashi. Alright? So, he goes on the night of Ekadashi, before the dawn of Dwadashi, Nand Maharaj goes and takes bath. That's a ritual that we follow. So he goes a little early because sometimes the fasting period is sooner. You're in a very short window and then you don't have a lot of time to complete all the things. So he goes to take bath in Yamuna, and it's still dark. So the Varun Dev's soldiers, they captured him and took him to the Varunalok inside the water. And then all the Gopas who came with Nand Maharaj, they waited for some time. They did not see Nand Maharaj. Said, what happened? Where did he go? It was dark, they couldn't see. So they had only one shelter. Oh Krishna, oh Rama, please help us. Where was Krishna at that time? Was he with Nand Maharaj? No, he was sleeping in his room. But he heard the calling of the devotee and he rushed to the site. So we'll elaborate on all these things. And then Nand Maharaj was taken, Varun Dev sees him and he gets, oh, you brought Nand Maharaj, he is my superior's father, how can you bring him? He immediately untied Nand Maharaj, let him sit on the throne, and then he begs forgiveness. Then Krishna comes, he pays obeisances, and Krishna takes Nand Maharaj back, and then Nand Maharaj is describing story to all the Gopas, like you all have assembled, like Nand Maharaj sitting and describing what happened in that, in a lot of ecstasy. And then all the Gopas of Vrindavan, they had a desire that we want to see Krishna Lok, where Krishna lives and all that. And Krishna revealed that's what happens in this chapter. So it's a beautiful chapter, in this. So why this chapter is coming here? And if you see in this chapter, there is a reference of Akrura seeing the same Vrindavan and all that. That comes 10th chapter later, in 38th chapter, and this is 28. So why this chapter comes here? That's a question we should be having. So in the previous chapter, we heard last time, from Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji, that this chapter where Indra's pride was humbled, right? Indra's pride was humbled, and he begged forgiveness from Krishna. He apologized. So Sukadeva Goswami, by narrating the story, he immediately recollects.
Such a disturbance.
Thank you for your association. Please bless me so I can speak something on this topic, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So may we continue with your permission? Yeah.
Please.
Thank you. So his pride was humble. When Sukadeva Goswami is speaking, he immediately recollects this pastime. And if you see, Bhagavatam is not in a chronological order. It's not in the same way that, okay, Krishna did it in 6 days and 10 days happened. Nothing of that sort. It's in the order of the mood of the speaker, and at the same time the event, the way it has happened. So he's trying to connect the events. So here, the one demigod, the king of demigod Indra, is apologizing, and he recollects, same thing happened with Varun Dev, let me narrate that. So basically what he's trying to tell, that Krishna is supreme. And even demigods, they bow down to him. So Sukadeva Goswami is trying to narrate the supremacy of Krishna to Parikshit Maharaj and all the assembled devotees there. That's why this story comes And here the revelation of Akrura also comes, even 10 chapter, which is going to come 10 chapter later. But that comes now in this chapter. So this is how this story has come. Okay. So, yeah. So here in this, there are 3 sections here, right? The dharmic act of basically he is doing the Ekadashi Vrat, and he want to break fast on the Dwadashi. So he does that. So basically it's like a process, right? And he meets with a crisis. Suddenly he gets captured, right? And then what happens here? So we'll see that. And then Krishna reveals his position when he goes to Varun Dev. His position is known to everyone except Nand Maharaj. Nand Maharaj is not accepting him as God, the supreme person. He rejects. And all the cowherd Gopas, they had the desire to see the ultimate goal. We all have the ultimate goal, right? We want to see Golok, we want to go there. We have a desire. That is subtle desire which is there in our heart. So that's what it is here, right? So basically, so let's go into that. So here, this chapter I will not go there because we have a short time. So we'll go and straight into discussion. So when we are sincere in doing anything, right, doesn't mean that we should not have dependence. We should always have dependence on Krishna. Always. In any situation. Right? If something happens, we should immediately call only one name, Krishna. Govinda. That's the only name we should utter. In the childhood, when we are walking on a path and we stumble, immediately we call, oh ma, right? We call mother. Immediately, everybody experience this kind of things, right? We call one of the most loved one in our heart. And the name comes is mother, oh ma. But as we progress, we come into spiritual life, we said, okay, oh Krishna. If something else comes up, oh something, then we should try to practice this. This is very important. That way we can remember Krishna all the time, right? Especially in the matter of calamity, when the problem happens in our life. So even the smallest problem, we should remember Krishna. It is not that we are not competent enough. It is show our dependence on Krishna. It also does not relieve us from doing our duty. We must do our duty. I'm not saying, Krishna, you will take care and I'll do nothing. Not that way, right? We should continue to do our duty, but at the same time, we have to show dependence. It means that only by mercy I can do something. If mercy comes, then I can do, otherwise I cannot. So that's what here he is doing, right? And this is further when the Nand Maharaj goes to take bath. Varuna's soldier captures him, takes him to Varun Dev. Varun Dev sees Nand Maharaj and he is shocked that how come Nand Maharaj is here? Because Nand Maharaj is Krishna's father and Varun Dev knows about it. Indra did not know, but Varun Dev knows about it. So he immediately frees him. Okay, no, please untie him. And gives his own throne to Nand Maharaj to sit. If you see in the first slide that we see, I don't know how it will go there. Okay. See here, Nand Maharaj sitting on the throne. Varun Dev is bowed down and here Krishna and Balram are there. So here, immediately as soon as Varun Dev knows that this is Nand Maharaj, he empties his throne and let him sit. And he pays obeisance and he begs forgiveness, with Nand Maharaj. So that's what is happening here. Now, let's go back to where we were. Yeah. So, when this happens, Nand Maharaj tells, Varun Dev tells Nand Maharaj, I'm sorry that, my fool soldiers have captured you. They should not have. They should have known who you are. Right? So here one thing we can learn, that Varun Dev shows the very good quality of a leader. Leader doesn't blame on his team member that, oh, they did this, they did that and all that. They owns things. I am forgetful. You please forgive me. It's my mistake. So the third class leader will say, if they'll point finger, no, this person from my team did not do this job, he did not do that, like that. But a first class leader, they will always take ownership. If they are in charge, they take ownership. So that's a very good lesson that we can learn from here. Second thing that we can understand that, here also we can understand one parallel story that comes in Ekadashi. Which story you recollect? Similarly, fasting is being broken. Yes, Amrish Maharaj, very good. Thank you, Rohan Prabhu. So, Amrish Maharaj also had the same thing. He also immediately invited calamity, crisis. He is doing Ekadashi and see the calamity come. Look at this parallel. Nand Maharaj is doing Ekadashi, he wanted to break his fast. Amrish Maharaj also wanted to break his fast. Durvasa Muni comes and curses. But see, both are fearless. Nand Maharaj is not afraid that, oh, who captured me, what happened to me, nothing of that sort. Amrish Maharaj did not even move, even 1 millimeter. When the fire demon was evoked by Durvasa Muni, he did not even move. So these shows that fearlessness. Devotee becomes fearless when they take shelter of Krishna 100%. 100%. Not depending on our own strength. So we have to take full shelter of Krishna and then we become fearless. Krishna gives fearlessness. Krishna gives fearlessness, right? So that's what it is here. So now let's move to the next point. So as soon as all the Gopas who were waiting outside, all the servants that Nand Maharaj had brought with him, they all were waiting and Nand Maharaj did not come out for a long time. So they got worried. What happened? Did he drown? Somebody captured? Some animal, aquatic came and took it? What happened? So they started calling. They had no one to take shelter except Krishna. Right? They always call. They call Krishna out of love. That Krishna, Rama, please come. And Krishna is sleeping in his bedroom in the early morning. And he suddenly sees my devotees are calling me. And he immediately rushes to the site. So here we have to understand that Krishna may not be visible to us, but when we sincerely call him, he will come. When we call Krishna sincerely, with showing full dependence on him, he will come. We have to have that faith that Krishna will come. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna, Vishwasa Palan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this. We have to always have trust and faith that Krishna will come. And with that we have to call out to Krishna. So that's what the Brajvasis did. They are very simple hearted. They had nothing else to do. They just called Krishna. And Krishna comes. They did not even say that Krishna, we have this problem. Because Krishna is there in everyone's heart as a Paramatma. He knows what's going on. Something which we speak, something we don't speak. Krishna knows everything. When we stay in front of Khichur Gopinath ji and say, Radha Khichur Gopinath, we are praying something. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. We are saying all this. Then he says, no, you have a list of desires in your heart. You want this, you want that. He reads that also. Initially we may say, na dhanam, na sundarim. We all say that, but Krishna reads both. So here he rushed to the site and he goes in the water and goes to the Varuna Lok. As soon as he goes there, what happens? Varuna knew that Krishna will come because Nand Maharaj is captured. Krishna will come. So he was waiting at the door that, okay, Krishna is going to come. So just to immediately, as soon as he sees Krishna, he first of all, what he does? He pays obeisances. Immediately. This is this is what we all should do. As soon as the door opens of Gaur Nitai, first we should pay obeisance to Prabhupada ji, then we go and Gaur Nitai, then Radha Khichur Gopinath ji and Jagannath ji, and Tulsi Maharani, devotees, everybody. The bowing down is a very important process. Right? A newcomer in a temple hall might get confused. Why everybody is like bowing down every few minutes, what's going on? He just stands and looks around, what should I do? When to get up, they don't know. They really get confused. But once they become a devotee, we just pay obeisances without second thought. Why my cloth will get soiled or what happened, people have walked, I see some dust is there, nothing of that, just pay obeisances. Right? When the Guru Maharaj is walking on the street, people don't see whether the street is clean or not. They just pay obeisance on the street, straight away. So here, we have to pay obeisances whenever we see it. So we can learn this from Varun Maharaj's behavior. And then he glorifies Krishna. Then he says that my birth has become successful because I got your darshan. Acharya even described that, Varun Dev's soldier captured Nand Maharaj because Varun Dev had a desire to see Krishna. Krishna wouldn't give darshan just like that to anyone, right? We have a desire. I have a lot of desire. I have never seen Krishna. Hopefully I'll see someday with your blessings. But, chai.
You see him every day then, upstairs.
Still that material eye is still there, Prabhu. So I see as a stone.
No, you're seeing Krishna.
Yeah, so Varun Dev had a desire to see Krishna face to face, and his desire gets fulfilled through this. So Krishna fulfills our desire. Krishna will fulfill our desire in the way he wants it, not the way we want it. Sometimes we say, my desire should be fulfilled the way I want it, right? That's what it is. But that's not how Krishna works. So we need to accept that. Krishna is Swarat. He is fully independent. Nobody can tell him what to do, what not to do. He does it the way he likes it. So that is Krishna. So we can see that regardless of Varun Dev, he is effulgent. He's a demigod. That means he's got a very effulgent body. He's got very powerful, masculine. He's very majestic dressing and all that, but he still bows down to Krishna. Krishna is a very simple cowherd boy, wearing dhoti, not even properly tied, right? He's wearing simple vanamala, all those things, very simple. This is real Krishna. So we can see that any great person also, they all bow down to Krishna. If they don't, then the life is unsuccessful. If we don't bow down to Krishna, our life is unsuccessful, right? So even a moment, like, sometimes people live for hundreds of years, but they have not done bhakti, they have become a multi-millionaire and they have a big thing. What's the use of that life? Because that life that we have lived with material desires and enjoyment of senses is going to end up into a lower species of life. The home that we build for a lot of money and wealth and all that we enjoyed, in the next life we may become dog in the same house. What's the point? We have so much attachment. There is a story, right, of Narad Muni and what's his name? Narad Muni is, and I'm forgetting the name. But Narad Muni tells this story about there was one person who was very wealthy and he was so attached. So he dies. He tells him to do some bhakti. He doesn't do. Next time he becomes a dog. Then he again goes, try to tell him, please chant. He doesn't do anything. Then he also dies, become a snake in the next life. So this is how the life is. We keep degrading because we have certain desire to be fulfilled. And certain desire can be fulfilled under certain species of life. So we have to get that body to fulfill that desire. So we have to think, what are we asking to Krishna? We have to be very careful. We ask Krishna, give me this, give me that, but in which body we will get that, we don't know. So we have to be very careful about that. So, so here we have to bow down before Krishna, Tulsi Maharani, devotees, very important, right? So that's what it is. Now, Nand Maharaj, when he was brought back, and now this is very important. This is again very beautiful learning from Nand Maharaj's discourse. He is giving it to all the Brajvasis. All the Brajvasis comes, and Nand Maharaj is explaining the whole episode, because not everybody were in the water, like only Nand Maharaj went. So he comes out, and then when he goes home, he brings everybody home, and he describes that what happened. So Nand Maharaj is now telling, he shares his revelation that what happened. He says, I was shocked to see that there is a beautiful palace underwater. I never seen it in my life. First time I saw it. So he first says, oh, that is... And he says, I saw the demigod, Varuna, the king of water, the owner of the water. And then he tells that, I was captured and he made me sit on the throne. I don't know why. Varun doesn't say, you are a father of Krishna, so I am giving you. He just frees him and immediately say, please sit here. He gives him the asan. So he says, he put me there on the asan. I don't know why. And he was begging forgiveness. I don't know why he was doing it. Astonishing, one after another. And he says the most astonishing thing is that when our Lala came, Krishna came, he paid obeisances. Oh, what a fool he is. Well, he is my child. Why is paying obeisances to him? Because Nand Maharaj does not see Krishna as a God, as a supreme person. He sees him as his son. So we can see that when the love is so much, it just dilutes the opulences. So Krishna's opulence is not considered anything. But it doesn't mean Krishna doesn't have opulence. He shows all his opulences, all his might in Vrindavan in all the different pastimes. But nobody believes him that he is Bhagavan. So here, when Nand Maharaj is describing all these beautiful stories, then Brajvaji says, Nand Maharaj, you are telling when Govardhan Leela happened, that Garga Muni told that Krishna has the qualities of Narayan, but looks like he is Narayan. And Narayan, no, how can he be Narayan? He is not Narayan. Well, look at him. But no, he lifted Govardhan, na? What he lifted Govardhan? When I tell him to bring my chappal, he brings and he shakes like this. He cannot even hold my chappals. What do you think? He is such a child. He cannot be God. He said, no, but look at him. He killed so much big, Aghasur, Bakasur, all this were killed. He's Narayan himself. He said, no, he's afraid. Look, when Mother Yashoda bound him, she was crying like a baby. How can he be Bhagavan? He is not. So Nand Maharaj's love is so much that he shadows the opulence of Krishna. And he doesn't believe him, that he is Bhagavan. See, this is how it is. Instead, if you see when Krishna kills Kamsa, right? Krishna kills Kamsa, Vasudeva and Devaki were freed from the jail and they come face to face with Krishna for the first time. Now look at the parent seeing the child after 11 years. First time, what they would do? Immediately they will hug him, isn't it? But here they are standing. They are not hugging Krishna. Why? Because they have seen that Krishna's Narayan form before he became a baby, right? So they have seen that this is Bhagavan. So that Vatsalya Bhav couldn't come out. They are always in a very respectful mood. So they were like, from far distance, they were like praying and crying that this is our child, but he is like Bhagavan. And Krishna says, you are my parents, please. Then Krishna goes and hugs them. So this is a very vast difference between these two parents, right? Nand Maharaj and Yashoda, they never think Krishna is Bhagavan. They treat him like a normal child, right? They beat him, they chastise him, they tie him, all these things are happening. And here, they are paying full reverence. And think this is Bhagavan. They can't show that Vatsalya Bhav. So, point is that we should move from understanding who Krishna is, right? Basically, in a spiritual progress, how it works is that we go from duty bound, right? Then we go to duty to respect, and then we go to complete surrender, and then we go to laulyam, means we have desire to have Krishna. That's how we move. But here Nand Maharaj is already in the laulyam, that okay, this is my Lala. And it's very, very sweet pastime which happens. So Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Maiya never believed anybody. They never thought Krishna is Bhagavan. Never. Otherwise they would not have shown the love that they showed to Krishna. All this beautiful pastime that we are reading in Srimad Bhagavatam and relishing. Because even somebody who is a atheist, who does not believe in Bhagavan, even if they hear these wonderful, beautiful pastimes of Krishna, they will become devotee. That's what Prabhupada did. What did Prabhupada say? All these Westerners have no idea who Krishna is, but Prabhupada just spoke Krishna Katha and they become devotee, wonderful devotee. So therefore, Krishna's pastimes are so beautiful, so nectarian, it just goes through our ears, it purifies our contaminated heart. And then we can walk on the path of spirituality. Then of course we have to put hard work, we have to put our efforts and all that. But that's how it happens. Right? So this is what has happened. Now, let's quickly look at something else that we have. So Krishna reads the heart, as I was just talking about, right? They had desire to see Krishna Lok, where Krishna lives. They wanted to see, and they were asking Nand Maharaj, "Will Krishna give us liberation?" Now, they are even in a higher position than liberation. But see their innocent behavior. They are saying, will Krishna give us liberation? They are even liberated. The people want that kind of association with Krishna. Liberation doesn't mean we'll get that association that the Brajvasis have. But here they are so innocent, they are saying, can we get liberation? So he asked for that. So Krishna understood what they want. So what he does, that he gives the vision. He takes them to Yamuna again and shows. And this is like what Akrura also got that vision, right? When Akrura was taking Krishna Balram to Mathura, he stops at the Yamuna river, and that's where he sees Krishna and Krishna Lok. So here, what did they see? They saw, and this is a very beautiful way described in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, say that they saw Brahmaloka, they saw Vaikuntha, and they saw Goloka. And in the Goloka, what did they see? They saw that it is similar as what is there in Vrindavan. There is no difference. One is spiritual Vrindavan, this is Bhaumai Vrindavan. They did not see any difference in that. They saw the same Krishna there also. So they say, this is our Krishna. And all the Veda personification, they are paying obeisance. Veda is considered to be the highest. Right? When you think somebody is a topmost person, and when he bows down to someone, then you obviously that person is greater than the person who we think is a great, isn't it? So, like for example, if there is a city mayor is here and he is speaking something, if suddenly the Prime Minister of Canada comes, then obviously these people will give him a preference, please come. So we understand the Prime Minister is greater than this city mayor. So like that, these are paying obeisances. Vedas are paying obeisances to Krishna. So Brajvasis understand that this is same as our place, we are living here. So they get such an amazing realization. Now this is not that everybody gets this vision, right? We have to get qualified. But they love it so much that they are already qualified. Krishna doesn't have to wait for them to test. They have they done Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and are they attending Mangala Aarti and all that? Nothing of that is required, right? So that's what is happening here. Now let's look at some of the teaching from here, because this is important for us. From every chapter that we read, anything that we hear in Srimad Bhagavatam, we should always do some takeaways, that what is there in for me, right? So let's look at some of the learning that I try to capture them, and you can see what is comes out. So here we are seeing that there are 5 learning that we can take from this, okay? And all the learnings are pretty good. So here, surrender in crisis. When we have crisis, when we are having any problem in our life, we should surrender. Whom to surrender? Krishna. Ultimate surrender. Or rather, only surrender. Krishna should be the only surrender for all of us. Whenever happens crisis in our life. Even good things are happening, we should still bow down to Krishna and thank him. Right? So that's first learning. Then second there is, Krishna gives fearlessness. This is all we should know. That Krishna gives complete fearlessness to devotees who are completely surrendered to him. So this is what we can see. Nand Maharaj was not afraid. He was taken, but yes, the thing happens, right? And his protection is always real and immediate. Whenever you call him with a real calling, he will come. He will come. Now we may say, Prabhuji, but somebody came and helped me. Krishna had invoked that thought in his mind, that's why the devotee came and helped us. Krishna will do reciprocation not by he coming directly. He may come or he may get it done through somebody else. So that's what happens. Then third is, every devotee is very precious to Krishna. Krishna treasures all the devotees. So if you are chanting, Krishna loves us. He loves us so much. Oh wow, this is such an amazing devotee. When we go back to Krishna in Goloka, Krishna will cry to welcome us. We can see this in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Sanatana Goswami describes in the Gopakumar reaches Goloka. Krishna embraces him and cries, "Where were you for so long?" Krishna will tell, "Morning Prabhu, what were you doing in Toronto? You should come here. I'm waiting for you so long." Krishna will cry by embracing us. So every devotee is precious, and Krishna will put all the effort. If we are sincere, Krishna will certainly protect us. Krishna will certainly protect us. Because getting one devotee is so challenging. We all the Sankirtan parties that to go out. Distributing one Bhagavad Gita is, you have to speak to 10, 15 people, then somebody will say, okay. We get so much chastisements also in that, isn't it? Arey, what you guys, you have no time, you're doing all this. Why are you taking my time? All this we have to hear, and still we have to distribute this. Hoping that somebody will take it. Right? That's how it is. So, every devotee is very precious to Krishna. And then, Vraj Bhakti is the supreme path. So, Vraj Bhakti means what? Out of love. Spontaneous love. We are doing sadhana bhakti, which is good. We should continue to do until we reach to that stage. No problem with that. We are on the path of Raganuga Bhakti. Because we are Rupanugas. Right? We are the Anugatya of Rupa Goswami, who had Raganuga Bhakti. So, yeah, we should make our life simple, our desire simple. Desire should be very simple, that I want to serve Krishna, Krishna's devotees, my Guru Maharaj, and that's it. Automatically things will progress. We may not see the immediate changes in our life. We may not see that I'm progressing, but every day we chant the one Hare Krishna mantra that we chant, it is taking us closer to Krishna. The more sincerely we chant, the faster we reach. So if we don't see progress, we don't have to worry that why things are not happening. When you boil a milk and put a little culture in the milk, it takes 24, 48 hours to become a curd. It takes time. So there is a process. We have been in this body, and we don't know how many other bodies where we have done abominable work. We have to pay for that. But at least cleaning is happening. Please remember that. Right? So with that faith, we should continue to do that. And then Krishna fulfills even the unspoken desires. So if we are there in front of Krishna and we desire something, if it is taking us closer to Krishna, Krishna will fulfill. Krishna will say, "Oh, there is a $80 million lottery, can I get it?" No, you can't. You are not qualified to get it. But he said, "I want to do Bhakti Shastri." Yes, suddenly somebody said, "Prabhu, there's a course starting tomorrow. Why don't you join?" How did Krishna know? Krishna will arrange, because that will take us closer to Krishna. So, this is how we should continue to do our bhakti, and that's the only thing we can take us to Krishna back, right? So, I just want to share few things from our Prabhupada and some Acharya which I try to research on this topic. So, I'll just read it because as it is, I don't want to paraphrase. They are so beautiful points. Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book, because Prabhupada wrote this, and all the translation that we see here is done by his dear disciples. So we read what Srila Prabhupada wrote in this chapter in Krishna book. He says, Nand Maharaj was so fortunate that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was his son, and yet he maintained his Ekadashi. Wow, without fail. Without fail. The Lord reciprocates with such a devotee in extraordinary ways. See, all the Brajvasis were very ordinary people. If you see from, the way lifestyle and all that, we think they are very ordinary. If you go to village, we think, how are they living? They're touching cow dung and all those stuff. But they become extraordinary because they get association of Krishna. That's what it's here. But Guru Maharaj says that in this pastime, Krishna demonstrated that for a pure devotee, even a mistake becomes an opportunity for the Lord's mercy to flow. It will come. So even if you make a mistake, automatically the mercy will come. Right? So Nand Maharaj's wrong timing brought him to Varuna's court and ultimately to a vision of the spiritual world, which Nand Maharaj would not have seen it. Our beloved His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj says that the cowherd man called, "O Krishna, O Rama." This is the essence of Mahamantra. In any danger, the holy name is our only real shelter. Only real shelter, nothing else. Right? And what does His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj says? He says this chapter ends with the Vrajvasis seeing Goloka And realizing their ordinary life with Krishna in Vraja is the highest spiritual reality. See, that life was ordinary, but when they saw that this is same as what is there in Goloka, they thought, this is where I already here. We are already in Goloka, right? So that's the highest spiritual reality. This is the meaning of sadhana, to realize what we already possess in seed form. We all have bhakti in a seed form, little bit. Some is germinating, some is still dormant. Just don't worry. Keep watering with Mahamantra. Every day we chant. Keep serving Vaishnavas. Keep association of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that will take us back to Godhead. Right? So with that, we'll come to an end, but we'll just, sixth thing we want to do is that, observe Ekadashi, everybody. Okay? You can't do Nirjala, no problem. We don't have to reach there. Do Ekadashi with enthusiasm. Arey, tomorrow Ekadashi. No. Hey, tomorrow is Ekadashi. We should be like, okay, I'm going to chant extra round. I'm going to do more service. Something like that. We should be enthusiastic about festival comes. Nasim Chatur is coming. Okay, what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm going to do some more seva. Yeah, it's coming end of this month, right? 30th. We should be enthusiastic about it. Any festival, I have to do more service. What to do? No. Enthusiastic. We have to show enthusiasm every day. Every day. Then chant in crisis. Doing sadhana, sincerely, chant. Crisis, chant. So every situation, what we should do? Chant. And trust Krishna's arrangement. He may not come in the way we want it. Okay? But it will come. So we have to arrange that. Dear Krishna has arranged this for me. Just accept it. And we should apologize without pride. Indra had different thing. He was apologizing, but Indra got punishment. Right? Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji explained so nicely in that chapter. And we should all value our devotional life, that we are here. You know, if you talk to your school friends now, you will really appreciate your life. Really, I'm telling you. One of your academy students only told me about his talking to his friends, and I was like, wow. And he felt so happy. And he said, I'm going to be more sincere. So I was very happy to hear that. And Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. So anybody have any comment or realization want to share? Otherwise we'll end here. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
We can take some comments or questions.
Yeah, if you have any comments, question, we can take that. Yes, Prabhu. Hare.
Thank you very much. Wonderful class. I was thinking about how the devotee takes shelter of Krishna, and I was reading yesterday in Jamuna's book, Lifetime of Devotion, and so she was apparently Dina Tarane said that Jamuna would remember this particular occasion many times throughout her, and it always was a remembrance that gave her full faith that Krishna is my shelter. And so she was, the Hell's Angels often were in the same area as the Frederick Street Temple in Los Angeles, the old temple. And that particular chapter was known for their viciousness, the murders that they committed and the drugs and everything, and they were really, really horrible. And so the devotees often had to, walk around them or avoid them in their day-to-day activities because they were quite close by. One time Jamuna was leaving the temple, it was in the evening, and she saw that she had to go past this corner of the street, and she crossed over the street, but they crossed over the street also. And they were blocking her way, so she just kept walking, and they just encircled her. And then she had just finished getting, back in those days, nobody pierced their noses. Now it's become commonplace. Everybody has a pierced nose practically, right? But in those days, nobody did, and she had just had her nose pierced the day before by Malati, and her nose was quite sore. But she had this sort of, ring to keep the hole open in her nose. And so all of a sudden they came all around her, and the head guy, particularly gross looking, and they were really dirty guys. She said that one of their mottos was, once you put on the jacket with the colors, you never take it off. So they would eat and sleep and everything, and I don't think they ever even bathed. So they were pretty gross people. And so this guy came up and grabbed her nose ring and was holding onto it, and they all started laughing around her. And so she just said, with all the energy she could muster, she just screamed out, "Lord Nrsingadev! Lord Nrsingadev!" And immediately the guy let go, and they were all kind of shocked. And she just went down on the ground, went through his legs and out the other side. and they were all just stunned, and they just kind of stayed there, and she walked off. and so it just shows how, if we really take shelter of Krishna, I mean, we try to avoid, the difficulty. It's just like, Prabhupada gives that example that we should take shelter of Krishna in all circumstances, but he does say, when it's raining outside, you take an umbrella. you use your brain. and so, you don't just say, I'm walking outside, Krishna, you stop the rain over my head. It's not like that. And so, also that point about being careful what you wish for. Even just recently, I spent a couple of days in the hospital, and I can just remember about a week, maybe 10 days before that, I was thinking, boy, it'd be nice to have just a little break, where I just didn't have to do anything for a couple of days. And Krishna reigns, I go into the hospital for a couple of days. It was really, so you got to be careful what you wish for. So anyway, just thought I'd share.
I think we also had a movie, if somebody had come to the movie that we had in the temple, and Nrsingadev, the book distributor story from Europe, where Nrsingadev comes and protects. So it is real. If you take shelter and we are called sincerely, Krishna comes. Krishna comes, right? Yes, anybody has any other point? You're good? Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, I have a question. So sometimes devotees, like yesterday I was talking to someone and they were like, yes, we should take shelter of Krishna when we are in crisis. We should call out to Krishna. But then they feel like if they are taking shelter of Krishna, then they are taking service from Krishna. On the other hand, we want to serve Krishna. So how can we work this out?
Yeah. So when things are not beyond our control, we have to take shelter. Like a child, when he goes to his father, he says, I'm tired, please lift me up. He doesn't feel that I'm taking service. He says, it is my duty, I have my right to talk to my father. So when we love, see, when this love happens, that stage, all this obligations goes away. And main thing is that when we take the shelter of Krishna, it shows that we love Krishna. We take shelter of someone only when we love, when we have, the respect for that person. So there is nothing like we are taking service from Krishna. Krishna is happy to give shelter if it is 100%. But as Prabhuji just explained, it's raining. We don't have to tell Krishna, please stop. No, take umbrella and go. For certain thing we have to do our own stuff. But something where we are not in control, most of the time it is the case, right? Then we take shelter. Something that we can do, we should definitely do. That is what our sadhana is. We cannot just sleep and say, Krishna, you take me. That's not how it works. Yes, Brajvasis can do that because they are a different platform. We should not imitate them, but we cannot. So we should do our endeavor. Like, you always remember those two things, like 2-finger short story of Damodar Leela. One is endeavor, second is mercy. So we do our endeavor and wait for mercy to come. And in that mercy, we can call out Krishna that please help. So there is nothing wrong in that. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll end here. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you.